Guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another 18 in 2018 Project Pan update. So progress in this project has been a little bit slow going and it's continuing to be slow going, but I do have a couple of empties and a couple of other things that I have decent or at least satisfactory progress on this update. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys those products. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually the thing that I used up the quickest. I think I used this up almost like 2 days after my last update. So this has just been sitting empty. I've already talked about it in one of my empties and I've just been like itching to talk about this, and that is the Lady Gaga Fame perfume. Yeah, I didn't have much left of this at the last update. I think you guys could probably see that in the pictures, and it really didn't take me long at all to get through this. As far as repurchasing it goes, you can't repurchase it. It's discontinued, it's done, it's gone. And even if I could get it, I'm not going to repurchase it. I wouldn't be interested in repurchasing it. But yeah, I'm just excited because that makes 1, 2, 3. I think that's my third. So that means I've used up 3 perfumes this year, with this one, the Gucci Flora, and the Taylor Swift Wonderstruck. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm definitely on my way to using up a 4th. So that's really exciting. I have a lot of perfume, especially perfume that I don't use that often. So to get some of these out is so satisfying, and I'm so happy that this is gone. Next up, another super satisfying thing to have leave my collection is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder with SPF 50. Oh my god, you guys, it's gone. I don't even know. I feel like when I repressed it, it just like stopped progressing completely. So to have this be gone is so sad. Look at that empty pan. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be honest, I think I put too much alcohol, or this didn't like to be repressed, because the formula was really dry and really hard to work with after I repressed it. So that meant I hit a lot of hard pan that I had to scratch away, and there was a lot of crumbling and a lot of just like, I just have to dump this in the trash, like the little crumbles. I was just like, I need to dump this out because it's just too much. So yeah, I didn't get as much use out of it as it looks like I did toward the end. I mean, for the first like 3/4 of this product, I used all of it. After that, I probably only got about half of what was left, just because of the amount of crumbling and hard pan. I don't even care because it's gone. I think it's pretty well known that I did not like this powder that much. I didn't mind it on its own if I was just gonna like put a primer down or put a moisturizer down and just fix my skin tone, and that is how I ended up using this. Before I went to work, I would just kind of dab some on my, you know, oilier areas or areas that I get really red, and that's all I really did. This definitely breaks up on my skin super fast, so it was kind of a pointless step, but it's how I used this up. I'm just so happy this is gone. Like I can't even express how jubilant this makes me feel. Another product that I used up probably like within a few days of that powder is another one that I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy. And that is the Buxom Lip Gloss in April. This sucker is empty. Like straight up, I took the stopper out and everything. Like there's just clear bottle. Like it's a little murky, but like it's clear. I got as much as I could out of this until I was literally picking up glitter with no pigment. So yeah, I'm just so happy this is definitely going off. Like toward the end I was like, this does not smell right, but it's gone now and I'm so happy about it. I don't need to repurchase or purchase a full size or anything like that because I have so many of these Buxom minis, and I don't even know, maybe I'll put one in the project. There's a part of me that knows that I definitely should put another one in the project, but we'll see if I do that. We'll see at the end of this video. I still, honestly, like even though I'm filming this update, there's a part of me that's not totally sure what I'm adding in yet, and I feel like I'm just gonna like, oh sure, but we'll see. But I could dance, I'm so excited. I used up a lip product. I finally used up a lip product in this project. I'm so happy, and I'm really hoping that this momentum continues throughout the rest of the updates because this feels so good. And the last empty product and thing I can take out of the project is the Dr. Jart UV Sun Fluid in SPF 30. I'm so happy. These are my update marks. I did, you know, store it upside down so it looks more like that. This was a good sunscreen. I have since been using other little deluxe size samples that I have, and this one actually, when I stack them up against each other, this was the one I prefer. But I don't need to spend this much on sunscreen. I would much rather go and get a Neutrogena face sunscreen and call it a day. This was good though, and I'm happy it's gone because I actually don't even think it was gonna expire. Yeah, I still have until 2019 until this expires, February of 2019. So I mean, it's good I got it out in 2018, but yeah, it was good. I don't think it made me break out. It didn't make me feel super greasy or heavy, but I'm happy it's gone. Okay, so now into other products that aren't empty, but you know, may have progress or may not have progress depending on if I touched them while I was in Florida. So this next empty product is a lotion, and that is the Soap & Glory Sugar Crush. This is just a like almost 2 fluid ounce little like sample size of it. I really hated this, and I talked about this in my empties. I hated the way this smells. It bothered me to no end, but it's another lotion out of my collection. And now I'm gonna focus on this one. I have focused on this one on and off for the past few months, like since the beginning of 2018, but I always will put it down to use up the smaller ones for the victory feeling. This definitely needs to go. It's definitely starting to turn. That actually smells good, but it's definitely starting to turn, and I would rather, you know, get the use out of it. This is also a really nice fall scent. This is Golden Pear and Brown Sugar. I love the body creams from Bath & Body Works, so hopefully this won't be too hard to use up. I can't show you where I am. If I had to guess, I'm probably like literally up here probably, but hopefully this won't take me too long if I freaking use it, because I honestly don't think I've used lotion in like a month and a half. What's wrong with me? I don't know. But hopefully I can kick myself into doing this, because after this I only have one other lotion in my collection, and that'll just feel amazing, honestly. This next product I can't actually show you progress on yet again, but I have been using it a ton. At least I was before I went to Florida. This is the Jouer Matte Moisture Tint. I can't show you, and I know there's an air bubble in here, but like guys, I can squish this to no tomorrow, so I honestly feel like I'm on my last leg of this. I could be totally wrong. It could just keep going forever. But I honestly was really losing hope that I would be able to use this up by the end of the year. But my hope is restored. I honestly think that I can get this done and out and over on it. It's gonna be a little dark for me now because I didn't use it up in the summer when I probably should have. But I'll make it work. I'll bronze up my neck. Hopefully I won't look too crazy. We will see. But I feel like there's hope still. Like I feel like this isn't a lost cause. I feel like I'm gonna get there. Next thing I grab, I feel like this was something that I felt the most confident in the beginning of this project, because I already had pan on it, but now I'm like, the pan doesn't move, and that is my Benefit Hervana blush. I like just recently realized that this was discontinued and like I can't get this anymore. So like I think there may be a part of me that's subconsciously using it less because I don't want to be without it. But I mean, I definitely don't think I'm gonna use this up by the end of the year. I don't think that's a possibility at all now, but I feel like I can continue to expand the pan. I have really decent dips along the sides here, and I just really like this blush, so it's really not hard to use at all. Like I gravitate toward it anyway. Like even if I'm not trying to use Project Pan products that day, this is the blush I want to use because I honestly love it. But yeah, so we'll see. Maybe the pictures will show me more progress than I think there is, but I'm kind of scared for this to be gone now. Next up, we have another product that I was honestly feeling like I wasn't going to get to, you know, use up by the end of the year, but since this, like looking at it before I started filming this, I honestly think I might be able to. I haven't made a mark on it yet, but I will in the pictures. This is the Bare Minerals Well Rested Powder Concealer. I did use this while I was down in Florida. Once my CC powder had been used up, I would use it as a concealer like around my nose and in areas I got a little red, just to like I don't know, look better when I started work, but it wasn't like it was on by the time I finished work. Yeah, so maybe if I use it a little bit more like that, and to set concealer, that's another thing I've started to realize I can do with it instead of just setting my under eye concealer or using it as under eye concealer. I've also started to use it to like set my face concealer. So it's something, it's a use. I don't love this. It's a little dark for me, honestly, but it's almost gone. I'm feeling good about it and I'm excited. Next up, we have a product that I haven't touched in a month until today when I did my makeup, and that is my Hourglass palette. That's what it looks like now. It probably doesn't look much different from my last update, to be honest. I honestly think I could definitely use up this shade, like probably no problem, just because it is so thin now. However, the middle one, I think I could probably make decent progress on. This like bronzy color, I think that's probably a lost cause at this point, especially because we are moving into colder months and I'm not gonna want to look super bronzed and glowy. I mean, maybe that's not true. Or maybe I'll find a different use for this, I don't know. But I'm thinking I'll probably make a dent on the middle shade, use up the one shade, and probably barely use the other, and then I'll see what happens from there, what I want to do from there. But I still love this, still no issue using it when I do my makeup and when I do a full face, but I do like this product. Next up is a product I added in last time, and I'm regretting it now. I don't know why I added this in. This is the Becca Opal highlighter in a mini. I got a comment on my last update that said, you know, I've been using that since the beginning of the year and have no progress. And I understand now, because not only is this gonna be very hard because it's a highlighter, so it's just automatically harder to pan, it's also a little too dark for me and like my least favorite highlight shade. So at this point, I'm kind of like, why'd you do that to yourself, Elisa? But I'm gonna keep going with it. I kind of mix it with a lighter highlight just to kind of cut the darkness a little bit. I'm gonna use it till the end of the year, and then I'm probably going to declutter this because I just don't enjoy using it as much as I used to. This next one is the one that is just hopeless. And I'm just gonna call it hopeless, and that is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer in this tiny little mini size that isn't moving. It's just very hard pressed to begin with, so like there's not a lot of kick up when I use it. I don't need a lot of it because it's quite dark, and it's probably too dark for me, but I just kind of make it work, and by making it work, I barely use much, like I hardly use much. So I mean, it hasn't moved. It's fine, it's just, it is what it is. We're here. I'm using it. I'm gonna declutter this at the end of the year, probably with zero progress on it. Oh my, and it's like, I didn't use it at all in Florida because like, or I probably used it like twice in Florida, and just, and that would have been the place to use it because you're in Florida, but didn't, oh well. Another face product that I barely used down in Florida is my Tarte Shape Tape. I finally made a mark on it. That's where I am now. I didn't mark it before because I really couldn't tell where I was. I probably wasn't far off from there. I do find that I use this more when I use it. It's not just a one little dab under each eye. I use it like around my nose, around my chin, and like different problem areas and stuff. Especially places that I find I get red quicker. So I am using more quantity of it every time I use it. It's intense stuff, and you don't need a lot at all, and I don't like it that much, so that doesn't help a lot either. It's pretty drying, honestly, but we'll see how I am by next month. Next up, we have a product I did use down in Florida. I found I found other things that I liked to use as well, so I didn't get as much use of this as I could have, but I mean, I still have progress on it. This is my Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe. Yeah, there's just that little divot because I get product out at the same place in order to hit pan. I'm interested to see what the photos look like on this, just because I'm thinking, like, it's really hard to remember where I was on my last update. So while I feel like this really isn't moving much, maybe I'm wrong or maybe I'm entirely correct. We'll see. Next up, we have a product I got a little overexcited and took the stopper out way too soon, and that is the Too Faced Lip Insurance Demi Matte Anti-Feathering Lip Primer. So I was taking the stopper out of some stuff and was like, oh, I'm gonna take it off of that lip primer, and now we have a gloopy mess because there's more in there than I thought. Honestly, when I look in, I can see a lot of empty tube, so that's good. I do use this every time I use a bullet lipstick. I think I've mentioned that a couple times before. I don't like it with liquid lipsticks, blah, 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 blah. Won't repurchase this, don't like Too Faced, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think I can use this up by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. I feel hopeful in this video. Can you tell? I feel like I'm optimistic. Some more lip products. So for my lip liner, this is the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Liner in Lolita. What else? I feel like I didn't reach for it much, but I feel like I use a decent amount of it every time I reach for it, so I'm very curious to see the picture on this. I know I lost the paper that I was using to record this on, but I'm hoping that I can like line the pictures up and still be able to tell a difference. I do think I could use this up by the end of the year. I am pretty confident just because this is like the one nude lip liner I've been reaching for, and because it is a little darker, it will be good for fall. I do just use it, I line my lips, fill them all in, and then I just put whatever lip color I'm wearing that day over top. So I do use a decent amount of it every time I do use it. I like these, but I don't buy Kat Von D. And then I have my two MAC lipsticks. This one is the Lady Gaga one, and I can feel it in my bones. This is probably, I feel like it looked like this when I started, and I feel like it's just not gonna budge. I just don't love this as much as I used to. Oh, I just got it on my nose. I feel like it hasn't changed or anything. This was my first ever MAC lipstick. So I either need to declutter it at the end of the year or like put it in a little sentimental location that I don't actually use, but I have because it's sentimental. This really probably doesn't have much progress, if any, on it. I probably used it only a handful of times since the last update, and because we are now moving into cooler weather, I don't see myself using it very often at all in fall or winter, so we will see where we are by next update. This one, however, I am confident in. This is Snob, and this is the one that looks awful, but I feel like it is even shorter than last update. I could be wrong, but I feel like I am making progress, and I feel like I can do that. I have that little stump left, and I really feel like by the end of the year I can use this. This is a pretty good work shade for me because if I put it over the Lolita lip liner, it's not as bright or as purpley, so it's a little bit more nude toned, a little bit more natural, and a little just more work friendly. So not worried about this at this point. And last up for progress, as usual, is my Naked palette. So I don't know if I made a goal in this video on what shadow I was going to focus on or anything like that, but I have hit pan on Naked right here. That's what it's called. Yes, Naked. It's a really good transition color for me, as well as a very good lazy brow color. So that's what I've been using it for. I still have, you know, Sin and Sidecar. There's still stuff left in there, but I am still using them, so still making progress. Right now, the ones that I really want to hit pan on are Virgin, Buck, and Toasted, because I feel like those kind of fit better into my routine than the other ones, and I'm probably more likely to hit pan on those. As far as the usage of this palette goes, I have used it a heck of a lot more than I ever would have if I didn't put this in this project, even though it is my favorite, one of my favorite palettes. I definitely wouldn't have reached for it as much as I have. So I'm gonna call that a win anyway. They have discontinued this beautiful, beautiful palette. I do have a backup. I've already purchased it. I think it's being given to me for Christmas, but I've got that locked down. I will not be without this, thank God. But it's kind of fitting that I'm trying to pan my original Naked palette as it's being discontinued. So we will see how I am by next update. We'll see if I have any new pan. I kind of doubt that I'll have new pan, but maybe I can expand or maybe use up a shadow. That would be really cool. But I have a feeling it'll just be a lot of expansion, not so much new stuff. So time to add in a couple of products. First up, we're going to replace the empty perfume, and the perfume I'm going to use is Our Moment by One Direction. I don't believe I replaced my perfume last update. I may have, so if you've already heard about this, I apologize. But yeah, I've already used this for like a couple weeks, so I already have a lot less than I did when I started here. I don't have much left at all. I have a mark there that was where I was like a few days ago, but I've used a couple spurts of it since then. So I honestly think like one more good week of use and this should be gone. This has definitely changed scent since I started, you know, trying to focus on it. So that's good that I'm getting it out. And then I'll have another perfume gone. But yeah, I really think this is kind of a gimme product at this point, but pretty excited about it. Next up, we'll replace my lip gloss. This was laying on its side, so you can't really tell how much I actually have of it left, even though there's like giant air bubbles. This is Katy by Buxom. This was my other most used lip gloss back when I was using lip gloss. I used April and Katy religiously, so this is a little bit more corally than April was, but I think that it will be a pretty good substitute for it. I probably will struggle just as much as I did when I was using April, but I do want to try to focus on using lip glosses because I have them in my collection and I don't use them. So I do want to focus on this because this one's probably also getting old. But yeah, so we'll see where I am with this right now. I can't really tell. It's definitely fuller than April was, so we'll see how I get on with this because it did take me like 10 months to use up April, and I'm gonna try to put in a lip gloss at the very end of the year. We'll see. Alrighty, next up we have the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. I have a lot of Too Faced products in this pan because I am trying to get rid of all of my Too Faced stuff, and I'd like to use it up rather than just declutter it. But I have been using this a little bit now. I'm not sure yet again, I don't know. I'll try to mark it and put it in a picture. We'll see how I feel, how that goes. But I've been using this a little bit for about a month now, and it probably won't be too hard to use up. I don't know. I say that, but like eyeshadow primers tend to take me a decent amount because you don't need much. You do need a little bit more of this than you do of primer potion, I find, because primer potion's just superior in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to use this up. We'll see how I get along with that considering there's only like 3 months left of the year, but we can hope. And last up, I have a skincare item. I don't think I've included a lot of skincare in this pan except for like masks and stuff. This is a very rubbed off version of the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm. I don't know how much is in here. It's rubbed off. But I have been using this for a while now, this year, and I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll have a picture of what it looks like right now, but I would like to just try to commit to using this twice a day and get through it by the end of the year. I'm trying now to put in my pans things that I would really like to not go into 2019 with, or stuff that I'm like toward the end of that I would just like to, you know, get out now. So we'll see how this goes. But yes, that is the update for my 18 and 2018 project pan. Comment down below how you're doing with your pan if you're doing one. I am kind of really excited to be able to be back home because I feel like I'm a lot more focused on panning when I'm home. So hopefully that will result in some pretty good progress. But yes, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I'll see you guys again super soon. Bye.